masks alone will not protect you from COVID-19.
We got immediately instructions from the Secretary of State, from the Vatican, how to behave.
Use masks in conjunction with the social distancing and the frequent hand washing.
A big discussion whether they're useful or not.
The World Health Organization here in Geneva has no second thoughts about the usefulness of masks during the COVID-19 crisis. In this 13th and final Virus Watch report, we are focusing on the Holy See and on the mask.
I cannot say this clearly enough. Masks alone will not protect you from COVID-19. Masks are not a replacement for physical distancing, hand hygiene, and other public health measures.
Msgr Robert Vitillo is member of the Holy See Delegation in Geneva. He's also the author of a number of publications on HIV/AIDS and global health. Msgr Vitillo is no stranger to the subject of masks and the claims about their threat to people's health.
In terms of the rumors that go around that the use of masks could cause people to breathe in too much carbon dioxide and this would be dangerous to their health, the scientific evidence that I've read does not indicate that at all. That carbon dioxide poisoning would be when many tissues in the body are starved of oxygen. And the kind of masking that goes on, both for medical workers and for those who use them in the general public, would not be starving your body of oxygen.
Based on their research, the health organization strongly suggests so-called non-medical masks that are made of 3 layers.
The evidence we have through this research is that with those 3 layers and in that combination, that fabric can actually provide a mechanistic barrier that if someone were infected with COVID-19, it could prevent those droplets from going through and infecting someone else.
At the beginning it was somehow, wearing the mask in Europe was somehow a sign of on the knees. It was not easily accepted, and then also as always a big discussion whether they're useful or not. But at the end it was accepted almost generally that mask is necessary, and we were always, as soon as we were outside of the territory of our mission, we were always wearing the mask.
In the suburb of Geneva is where the Holy See mission is located. The idyllic village of Chambéry is home to the outpost since 50 years this year. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit in March, the Vatican immediately gave instructions to their diplomats on how to conduct the daily routine.
Certainly the event of this pandemic was something that touched every embassy, every mission in Geneva, and also our mission. Our mission of the Holy See usually has the same premises, residence and offices, and this makes the living even more complex, more complicated, because the people who are coming and going, who are collaborators, are in touch also with the people who has nothing to do with the United Nations, they're just assistant staff and so on. So we had to define immediately how to behave. We restricted access immediately, especially because some of our co-workers are not that young anymore. It was certainly something that we have to adapt, and I think, thanks God, we are over, and we have to learn. And the most positive things to learn is that we can do many things more efficiently with less means, and this is a positive thing of this experience.
In respect to their participation at the United Nations Geneva, the present and future very much depends on guidelines by the Swiss government and the UN system itself.
So we are now moving to a new way that will be probably different than before, certainly dominated by a hybrid participation. So it means something personally, something without personal assistance through internet. Certain delegations will be, or certain people who are more engaged in direct negotiation will have probably different treatment than other delegations that have status of observer, as the Holy See, NGOs, expression of public society. We'll see. We are going to learn from this, but we are starting this period, summer period, with the necessity to find as soon as possible a new way and to proceed.
Speaking about proceeding, starting next week, we continue with our reports about the work of the Holy See and other organizations at the UN Geneva in UN BLOG on EWTN Deutschland, CNA Deutsch and EWTN's Vaticano.